So I'm back. I finally have internet again. That happened. That's the only problem with Costa Rica is sometimes our utilities read internet since I'm in a weird little triangular shaped neighborhood that's between a bigger city and a village and a micro village. We kind of get the dog's dinner of everything here. So uh here we are. And I have to talk this morning about what just happened in Costa Rica a week ago today. Why do I have to talk about this? Because I've talked about one of my favorite things to do when I go to the beach and I do my beach walk. And I just had to do it. And because I said something about it, somebody shared this story with me and I started doing a little digging and it's crazy. Okay, let me introduce myself. I'm Suzanne Titkemeyer. I used to write for a place called Pathos for over 10 years, a column called No Longer Quivering, where I wrote about the evangelical movement, the non denominational high demand religious organizations. Now I'm retired in Costa Rica and I'm doing as I please. And after this is over, I'm going to go out and work on weeding the garden. Fun, fun, fun. It never stops. Well, I've lived in Costa Rica more than 6 years now. And one of the things that I can't stand that I've dealt with a lot here is I like to walk the beach. Okay. I walk the beach between, it depends upon the beach. If I'm going to, if I'm going to be in Tamarindo, which I really don't like, the beach in Tamarindo is dirty, it's touristy. There's people going peepas, peepas, or trying to say, you want to buy a cigar? No, 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 no gracias, no fumar, you know. So you're constantly fended off people trying to sell you crap. There, you get to see lots of tourists doing lots of dumb things. And I like to really walk on the other beach, which is Grande. Grande is here. Tamarindo is here. They're like at right angles. And the problem is right here in the center, the estuary, the big river coming in. Why crocodiles? And this happened a week ago today. A young man by the name of Jesus Lopez, also known as Chucho, was killed by a crocodile. Thankfully, not in the Tama area. It happened in Santa Cruz, which is about a 45-minute ride from here, I think. You go right out here to the main road and you hang all the way and hang a right, and there you are. He jumped off the bridge there. He jumped off the bridge into the river, into the river, Cañas River. And it's not known whether he drowned or the crocodile got him and pulled him under, because if I'm not mistaken, I think crocodiles probably do the same thing that alligators do. They grab you and they pull you as far down as they can and they roll with you until they have either broken your neck or you have drowned. So I don't know the details. I saw the pictures of the crocodile with the body in its mouth. It's pretty graphic and horrible. But here's why I want to rant about this. Jesus should have known better. Number one, a lot of the rivers around here are marked with signs saying don't enter crocodiles in multiple languages. The estuary where I was walking the other day, because I did my beach walk, and instead of walking towards the dirty, druggy end of the beach where everybody's trying to sell you cocaine, I go the other way towards the estuary because I like to watch the crocs safely from the beach. But here's the thing, there are multiple signs in multiple languages that say, do not swim in the estuary. Do not swim in this area. Swimming is forbidden. There are crocodiles. And doing beach walks, every now and then you'll see somebody come walk, prancing along with their little dog, and you'll see a crocodile lunge out of the water, grab the dog, drag it in. It seems to be that crocodiles here really love to eat dog, and they move so fast, lightning fast, they're right on you. So how does this play in with this young man? Well, he should have known better, number one, but he probably ignored the signs and various things showing off to his buddies. He was a member of the Santa Cruz soccer team. And you know how it is when you get guys together and they're doing sportsy things. Sometimes when you're young and stupid, you do things like that. When I do the beach walk and I see people in the estuary swimming, particularly with children, I just have to say, hey, you need to get out of there right now. They're like, why? Crocodiles. And then you always see them scrambling out and they're all mad and it's like, why didn't somebody tell me? I said, well, their sign is right here. Why didn't you read the sign? So I'm walking on Thursday towards the estuary. It's a beautiful morning, sunshine. And I just caught a family swimming where the crocodiles are and said, hey, you need to get out. There's crocodiles where you are. Swimming is not permitted except farther down the beach. I'd hate to see you guys get eaten. And they gave me lip and stayed. And I said, okay, if you want to get eaten by the crocodile. And we have had crocodile attacks here in Tamarindo. That is something that you don't hear about. Tico Times will never tell you about that stuff because it runs off the tourists. We have had a surfer lost part of his leg one year. We've had Americans just trotting through that water that have gotten bitten. All sorts of things like that have happened. And a huge amount of dogs taken and eaten, never to be seen again. This is something that has just been an ongoing tourist problem since I've been here. The first time we came, the guy who rented us a car marked the map and said, you're going to stop right here in Crocodiles and look at the crocodiles because they have this long bridge in Crocodiles that goes over this big river system. And there are frequently crocodiles that you can see from the bridge. I don't really care for driving down the Capus because I have to drive over the Crocodiles bridge. And I can't tell you how many times I've almost plastered some American with my car because they're darting back and forth on the bridge. You could see just as many crocodiles on the bridge going over one of the major rivers near Liberia. There is a bridge on Highway 21 that goes over, and it actually has a separate area where you can park and a separate bridge where you can walk off and see the crocodiles. So here's the thing. Crocodiles are not a rare thing here. They are actually quite common. And you see them in rivers. You see them lounging in the sun. You see them. They are just part of the natural thing here. But the thing that most people don't understand when they get here and they start impinging on where the crocodiles live is the fact that most wildlife here is protected. You can't run over it with a vehicle. You can't harm it in any way. You're not supposed to harass it. Get in big trouble for that. You can even get in big trouble for feeding that wildlife. And the crocs here have gotten very used to people. I took a tour of the Torcoles, the river there, when we had friends come down. And I was pretty outraged because the tour operators that were taking us out to see the crocs were using whole chickens to lure the crocs to come over, which is forbidden. They're not supposed to do that. Of course, you're going to have the closest experience with their doing that. And yeah, I don't know what the answer is, but it seems like tourism, you're seeing Ticos doing things that are illegal because of tourism. You're seeing people encouraging others to have lax attitudes about life-threatening critters like crocodiles. I don't know what the answer is, but Costa Rica is just not there yet on what it is. And I will still continue to fuss at people for swimming in the estuary. That's just who I am. I don't want to see anybody get eaten by a crocodile. It's bad enough. It's horrifying enough to see animals get eaten. And it does happen here. It happens all the time. So that's kind of all I have to say today. And I have some righteous gemstones content coming soon. Nobody's speaking, and so I'm guessing that this video is probably not even uploading right. So I'm not going to worry about it. You guys, love you. Thank you for watching the few, and I'll be back.